today's video we're going to be making paper dolls, which is really exciting. I have always wanted to make one of these. I am sorry if the wind is loud and you can hear it. It is so stormy outside. It's so windy. Anyway, let's get into it. As I said in the intro, I have wanted to make a paper doll for a long time. Most recently, I saw Siren Sketches make a paper doll physically with alcohol markers like I am doing today, and then Savannah Alexandra made a digital one based on Miss Piggy. I've seen many artists make them over the years in many different forms and styles, but I'm yet to have seen one that is of a more gothic alternative style, so I finally got around to making one. I can't remember any specific paper dolls I had as a kid, but I know I definitely had a couple over time, mainly the type with split pin joints that we used to make in a nursery and preschool. This doll is meant to be somewhat representative of me, however I am probably a lot more pale than this doll. Especially right now, after a long cold British winter, I am probably closer to the colour of the paper. And I don't really tan in the summer, either. I wanted the background to be quite simple and not based too much on any one style, so I didn't feel limited in the pieces of clothing I was making and the styles of clothing I was making. And also so the background didn't compete with the outfits. I wanted the outfits to do the talking. But I really didn't want it to feel like a sterile white background. There's nothing worse than a minimalist modern place in my opinion. It just feels like a doctor's home. office. I wanted the background to feel warm and homey. I think homey in America is like a bad thing, like you say that negatively. In the UK it's used to mean like comforting and inviting. I also wanted it to feel a little bit like it could be a place that an alternative person lived. I went for an antique looking wardrobe and matching mirror. I do wish I'd made the mirror a bit more ornate now to match the wardrobe a bit more, but I didn't, it's just in the colouring. I kept the flooring to be a dark, old-fashioned wooden floor, but I was worrying that if I made too much of the background dark, a lot of the outfits would blend into the background, so I went with a white shag rug under her feet and a pale kind of earthy coloured wall. I probably wouldn't actually paint a wall that colour in real life, but it was my best choice with my markers. I feel like it's giving that very nature-based alternative, the kind of alternative person who likes the antiques and their plants. Okay, on to the first outfit. This is going to be a kind of like everyday outfit, so let's get into it. The first outfit is very inspired by the type of clothes I wear in the summer, or let's face it, as soon as there's a glimpse of some, way before summer's even started, like this past week. I made sure to keep a cheat sheet of all the colours I used on the base doll and background so that I can match it for any reason, such as these fishnets. I wouldn't be able to cut between all the holes to show the skin through them, so I needed to use a skin shade to colour behind the fishnets to give that the illusion of that. I recently started transitioning my hair from red to blue by dyeing my roots blue and fading it into the red, so I had to give her blue and black hair. I love this hairstyle with the blocky highlights in the hair. If I ever am brave enough to re-dye my hair black and not just my fringe, I may have to try it. I'm curious how it would look on curly hair though. I don't ever want to go through the process and pain of growing out black dye ever again. My hair does not react well to bleach at all, so growing it out is the only option. My hairdresser friend did a test strip once and my hair went orange and melted. It looked truly horrific. This is so cute. Let's cut it out. I had a skirt like this one before and it was one of my favourite pieces of clothing ever. I eventually got rid of it a little while ago because it was from when I was 15 and I was never fitting back into that unless I was to do something very dire. But it was a micro skirt that was red plaid and pleated. I think it also had like a safety pin on it and such. My mum almost immediately went and got her black hot pants and gave them to me when 15-year-old me showed her it. It was incredibly short and probably not suitable for someone that age, but I didn't care, and my mum wasn't going to police how I dressed as long as I wasn't flashing vag to anyone. She knew I got more waffles in my school uniform than anything at that age anyway, because men are gross. I kept the rest of the outfit fairly plain with a little black vest and some of my signature platform stompy boot, but you will have to wait till the end of the video to see this outfit on the doll. Okay, I'm noticing that these are all like bending and not keeping their shape because it is just printer paper, so I'm going to add some masking tape on the back and that should hopefully make it a little bit more sturdy. It does mean I'm going to have to cut these all out again, but oh well. Okay, to carry out these bits I'm going to need some smaller scissors, so I'm going to go find those. Okay, on to the next outfit, which is a birthday outfit. So this video is going up on the 13th of April, which is the day after my 25th birthday. So I thought it'd be fun to make a birthday outfit for my doll. Is this a very practical outfit? No, definitely not. But I love those vintage style cakes with all the fancy icing. They look so pretty, and I've seen a fair few people make cake outfits. The people that come to mind when I think of this, for me, are who is Gilia? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and Pixie Locks, which heavily inspired this outfit, and I will of course link them below. I love the idea of creating some cake inspired shoes and a hat fascinator thingy with lots of cream and a big cherry on top. I gave her some balloons spelling out 25 as a prop for this outfit. Now I wouldn't use balloons like this in real life as it's not the best for the environment, but in a piece of art it won't make a difference to the environment, so let's go all out. For the colours, I didn't want to make the cake black because it just wouldn't show up the details, so I decided to make it look like one of my favourite cake, Black Forest Gâteau. So dark brown, dark reds and purples. I used some brighter reds for some contrast and a pop of colour as well. I think when I have a house, I am definitely going to have to try and make a gluten-free Black Forest Gâteau. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do that because I know it's a lot of work to make a gâteau and I don't have good energy. So we'll see. But I would love to have a Black Forest Gâteau. I haven't had one in so many years. I love the look of mismatched socks or ties. I quite often wear mismatched stockings myself. I've been playing a dress-up mobile game on my phone recently, which has also inspired me to make this doll. And these socks are very inspired by some in that game. I've always loved playing dress-up, either physically or digitally. Little me would be in awe of my makeup and clothes nowadays. I love whenever I'm going out somewhere. It's like playing dress-up as an adult. Okay, time to cut this one out. I will be adding masking tape to the back of these first before I cut them out instead of after like I did last time. So then I only have to cut them out once. Now, onto the bit you probably actually want to see. What these outfits look like on. Here's our base. Ooh. Okay, clearly these aren't going to stay by themselves, so we're going to try some double-sided, no, some masking tape and hope that it doesn't completely ruin the artwork underneath. I will just get rid of some of the stickiness by sticking it down onto different couple surfaces a couple times. Okay, that shouldn't be too sticky now. I'm gonna cut really, really small strips and turn them into little loops. And then just place them on the back like that. So, what do you think of the paper dolls? I love how they came out. I think my favourite outfit is probably the normal one, but the cake one is pretty cool too. I do plan on making more outfits in the future, so if you have any ideas or suggestions, let me know. Let me know which outfit was your favourite, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!